Okay, today is quiz review day, so I'm going to go through the review and you can take the quiz. All right, make sure that you use the numbers that are on your quiz, okay? So if you can look at here and tell, all right, this is the review, this is just the quiz. Y'all have the quiz, I'm the only one that has the review. If you notice here, like on number 2, we have 10x, but yours has 15x, okay? So just make sure you use your numbers. Sometimes answer choices change. I'm trying to see. I don't see any like that, but just check through, actually work through your problems to make sure that you do the right thing. Okay, so number 1, classify the figures in as many ways as possible. It can be more than one thing, so let's just go through all of these and check off, does it fit? Does this fit a rectangle? Well, does it have 4 congruent angles? Yes. Does it fit a square? Are the sides congruent and the angles congruent? Yes, they're all 90-degree angles. Is it a quadrilateral? Quadrilateral means 4 sides. Yes. Is it a parallelogram? Are there 2 sets of parallel sides? Yes. These 2 are parallel. These 2 are parallel. Is it a rhombus? A rhombus means, are the sides congruent? Yes. So number 1 is A. It actually meets all of those things, okay? Number 2, it says in the rhombus, angle 1 is 10x, angle 2 is x plus y, and angle 3 is 18z. I'm going to write those down. I'm just going to use that. 10x, and then I have x plus y, and then I have 18z. Just wrote over them. Okay, what do I know about a rhombus? When these 2 cross, okay, if I have those 2 diagonals cross, they make 90-degree angles, okay? So that means these 3 angles, really these 4 angles, are each 90 degrees. That means that 18z is 90 degrees. It means 10x is 90 degrees. It means x plus y is 90 degrees. I can't solve this one just yet because it has 2 variables. So first I have to solve for my x, then I can solve for my y. So let's divide this by 18. I'm going to solve for z. That's what it's telling us to do. Find the value of each variable. Well, 90 divided by 18 is 5. So there's our first one. Now let's solve for x. Divide by 10, and x is 9. That's our second variable. And this one I'm actually going to plug in what I just found. X is 9. Now to solve for y this time, I would subtract 9, and I get y is 81. Okay, so those are the 3 answers. Notice I had to show my work on that one. For you to get credit, you need to show your work, okay? No work, no credit. Number 3, find the measure of the numbered angles of the rhombus. Again, what do I know about these angles right here? They are each 90 degrees. So angle 1 is 90. Okay, I know that one. Now, because this is 13, these are equal. Okay, alternate interior angles. So if this one's 13 degrees, angle 2 must be 13 degrees. Now, to find angle 3, I have to know the other 2 angles. And I do. I know that this one was 90. We already said that. And something else I can remember is these 2 angles, or this angle was split in half. So these 2 angles are equal. That means this one must be 13. So in my calculator, I would take 180 minus 90 minus 13, and I would get 77. So angle 3 is 77. So the answer to number 3 is A. Okay? Answer number 1 was A. All right. Number 4, DEFG is a rectangle. All right. These are the diagonals of the rectangle. If you need to draw it, you can. But it tells you right here, find the value of x and the length of each diagonal. What do we know about the diagonals of a rectangle? Diagonals of a rectangle are equal. Okay? So I'm going to set 5x minus 3 equal to x plus 21. All right, then I'm going to solve for x. So I would move it. 4x minus 3 equals 21. I would add 3. 4x equals 24. If I divide by 4, then I get x equals 6. Now that's half credit. That's going to be the x. Now I need to find the length of the diagonal. Well, I could pick either one and I'm going to get the same answer because the diagonals are equal. So I'll just plug my x in here. What is 6 plus 21? Well, that is 27. So my diagonals are 27. So I'm going to be looking for those two things. Here, this is a problem you need to show your work on. Okay, number 3, we didn't need to show work. That's fine. All right, let's keep going. Let's look at number 5. Okay, in this rectangle, and they give us the diagonals again, and they say find the value of x. So I'm going to do the same thing. The diagonals of a rectangle are equal. 7x plus 18 equals 39. Then I'm going to subtract 18 from both sides. 7x equals 21. I would divide by 7, and x would equal 3. So your answer is C. Okay, the next one, we have a quadrilateral. That means a four-sided figure. And they tell us that AE is x plus 10. That's this little side here. And that BE is 3x minus 18. Okay, and what does the value of x need to be so that this is a rectangle? Well, if this is going to be a rectangle, then these diagonals are equal. So these parts of the diagonals are equal. So I'm doing the same thing I did on the last two. X plus 10 equals 3x minus 18. You should write that on your paper. Okay, then I'm going to subtract x from both sides. 10 equals 2x minus 18. I add 18. I get 2x equals 28. Divide by 2, and we get x equals 14. Okay, now we can go on to number 7. Okay, on number 7, this is not an isosceles trapezoid. So what we know is that these two angles would add to 180 because they are the same side interior angles. So I can just take 180 and subtract 48, and we would get 132. So it's one of these answers. And then the same thing over here, these two would add up to 180. So it would be 180 minus 116, and we get 64. Okay, so the answer to number 7 is D. Okay, on number 8, it's just as simple as it looks. By appearance, which figure is a trapezoid? So just remember, a trapezoid has two sides that are parallel, the base sides, okay, and then these two legs, so it's D. All right, number 9, it says that LM is the mid segment. It means it's the segment in the middle of this trapezoid. So we know that AB is 100, and we know that DC is 151. All right, so what is LM? What is the mid-segment? So you just add these two numbers together and divide by 2. It's kind of like taking the average. So let me find my calculator. I'll just use my phone. I don't see my calculator. So I have 100 plus 151 divided by 2, and we get 125.5. So that would be our answer, 125.5. Okay, now we will look at number 10. Okay, this next one is a kite. So we only have to find the measures of angles 1 and 3. We do know that angle 2 is 90 degrees. Okay, that's something we know about kites. We also know that this angle on that side is 90 degrees. I can zoom in for you. Now, remember, whenever you make your kite, you're going to want it symmetrical. So this side is going to be the same as this side. So if this angle right here is 22, what's this angle going to be? 22. So it's either D or A. All right. Now, how do we find angle 3? Well, we know there's an angle that's 22 and an angle that's 90. So we will take our calculator, 180 minus 90 minus 22, and we get 68. And so our answer is A, 68. All right. I'll you wait just a second, okay? All right, on this one, we know angle R is 110. Okay, I'm going to write that up
We
here.
also know my arm angle is the angle, the dangle.
Oh my God. Hold on, I got to pause it for a second. Okay, I think we're ready. I also know that angle S is 100. Okay, so if I was to draw this line in my kite, then I have split this angle in half. Okay, so I would know that's 55 and that's 55. Now, you can find this part of angle T right here because this would add up to 180. Okay, so you can just take your calculator and say 180 minus 155 and you get 25. Now, is that all of angle T or just half of it? That's just the right half. This part is also 25. Okay, so the measure of angle T is going to be 50. All right, now let's look at number 12. It says find the values of the variables and the lengths of the sides of this kite. Now, I have these two parts are equal. So when you make your kite, you're going to want this measurement to equal this measurement. All right, so I would set them equal. Y minus 5 equals x plus 3. They're two different variables, so I can't really do much there just yet. Then I'm going to set these two parts equal. It says so right here. Those are equal. So I have 3x plus 3 equals x plus 7. So I can solve this one for x. Subtract x. 2x plus 3 equals 7. Subtract 3. 2x equals 4. Divide by 2. And I get that x equals 2. All right, so there is my first one. So it's either this or this. All right, now I can plug that back in and find y. Y minus 5 equals 2 plus 3. Y minus 5 equals 5. If I add 5, then I get y equals 10, which still doesn't tell me my answer because those both say that y equals 10. So then it says find the lengths of the sides. So we can plug them in. I'll just use this one. X was 2. So 2 plus 3 is 5. Okay, that's not my answer here. So it's got to be this one. All right, and again, I'd plug in 2 plus 7 is 9. So your answer is D. Okay, and that is all for the quiz. So once you finish your quiz, you can turn that in today. Then I'm going to give you until next Thursday to make your kite. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can Google. I gave you some websites, but you don't have to use those websites. You can Google ideas. In the past, I think I've had people use straws and trash bags and duct tape. Okay? But please just make sure that these two pieces of your kite right there, that those are equal. You want these two equal, okay? And then whatever this is that you're going to use to go on the back of the kite, all right, those are going to have to intersect at 90-degree angles. All right, that's going to help your kite to fly the best. You're going to want to have some type of yarn or whatever to hold it, to let it fly. A lot of people use tissue paper or trash bags for the diamond part of the kite. Anyway, try different things. Use Google whenever you draw your diagram, so you can send me a picture of your kite, a video from your phone of it flying, okay? You should be able to send it all on Google Classrooms. If we have any problems with it, just message me and let me know. But include on here, I'm just going to make up some measurements. I'm going to say that this is 6 inches and 6 inches, 10 inches. I have no idea if this would be a good kite. 10 inches, okay? I'm going to show that that's a 90-degree angle. And then, like, if you write about what materials you used, you know, I used fishing string, fishing line. I used trash bags, duct tape. Okay, make it as easy as you can on yourself and have fun with it. If it doesn't fly, no worries. Get out there, have fun, show the video, and let me know if you have any questions.